Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today we're looking at a case that is, well, it's a really difficult one, coming out of Marawila in Sri Lanka.
It really is. We're looking at a stack of documents here, hospital notes, police statements, that detail a situation at the awful intersection of extreme medical trauma and a criminal investigation.
So our mission for this deep dive is to try and understand how a medical emergency just completely blew the doors off a story of workplace exploitation and horrific violence.
It all starts with a seemingly routine, if serious, hospital admission.
Right. Let's get into the sources. It starts on January 9th. A 35-year-old woman is admitted to the Marawila Base Hospital.
And she's presenting with severe bleeding. So the initial team, they're probably thinking of a number of standard complications.
Things they've seen before.
Yeah.
But they completely underestimated what was going on.
Completely, because once they ran the imaging scans, the entire case it shifted. It went from being a medical puzzle to an active crime scene.
And the scans revealed something that is, it's just hard to comprehend. 2 glass bottles.
2. Inside her uterus. And you have to put yourself in the shoes of that surgical team for a moment.
Oh, absolutely. The notes are clear. The risk of one of those things shattering under pressure.
It would be a fatal hemorrhage. You're talking about shredded arteries, massive internal bleeding. It would be over in minutes.
So they were essentially performing. Like bomb disposal.
That's a perfect way to put it. And they succeeded. They managed to remove both objects intact, which is just an incredible feat of surgical precision.
But saving her life was, in a way, just the start of this whole thing.
Because once she regained consciousness, she wasn't just a patient anymore. She became the primary witness.
And her statement connects this horrific injury back to an event that happened days earlier.
Right, on January 1st, New Year's Day.
She says she was at a party at the home of her employer, a female business owner.
And she's very clear in her statement that she was heavily intoxicated with alcohol at the time.
It's in that state, that vulnerable state, that she alleges she was raped and sexually assaulted by 2 men who were also at the party.
And the police acted on this information very quickly.
They did. They brought in 3 people for questioning. They arrested the 2 male employees who were the alleged attackers.
But it's that third arrest that really tells the story here.
The employer. The female business owner in whose home this all took place.
Exactly. This wasn't a random attack in an alleyway. This happened under her roof at her party.
It just completely upends the usual narrative, You have a boss, someone in a position of power who is supposed to provide a safe workplace.
And she is alleged to have facilitated the environment for this assault against her own employee. It's a profound betrayal of trust.
It's a shocking abuse of that power dynamic. And to make the whole legal case even more complicated, the report suggests that everyone involved,
The suspects included.
right, everyone was heavily under the influence of not just alcohol, but drugs, too.
And that often becomes a defense strategy, this idea of a fog of intoxication.
The old, we were all drunk, it was a mistake, nobody knew what they were doing argument.
But the magistrate in Marawila was having none of it. The legal position here, and in most places, is crystal clear.
Self-induced intoxication is not a defense.
It's not. If you choose to take substances that lower your inhibitions, you are still responsible for your actions. And just as importantly,
The victim being intoxicated is not consent.
never. Incapacitation negates consent. Full stop.
Hi.
The court remanding all 3 suspects shows they're taking this very seriously.
Keeping them in custody is a clear move to prevent witness intimidation, which, given the employer-employee relationship, is a very real danger.
Absolutely. So what you're left with is this tragedy with so many layers. There's the unbelievable physical brutality.
The betrayal from a person in a position of trust.
And this complex legal battle over intent and consent that's about to unfold.
It's just a stark example of how substance abuse can escalate situations, just stripping away humanity until you're left with this kind of extreme violence.
Yeah.
It really makes you wonder what lies just beneath the surface of our social gatherings when the rules we take for granted are suddenly removed. That's something to chew on. Thanks for listening to this deep dive.